What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Dirt Plus. Today I have a story that I'd like to share with you about how 50 hours of detention almost made me not walk at graduation. Let's get into it.
That's my dog, Uncle Big Back. Pull up!
Alright, to tell you the story, I have to take it back to my old high school days. I graduated back in 2007, and man, does that make me feel old. We're coming up in almost 20 years that I've been out of school. But being smart and thinking outside the box, and this is how I kind of got into sales earlier in my life, I've always been able to kind of talk people into something. So my senior year of high school, just kind of living and just kind of existing, not really doing a whole hell of a lot. My grades were just okay. They were passing. That was about it. The second half of my senior year, I had taken care of all my credits to graduate. I believe you needed something in the ballpark of like 27, 28 credits to graduate, and I had that taken care of by the first semester's done. Easy peasy. So what do you do when you don't have any higher ambitions to go to college and extracurriculars and all that stuff? You start skipping. Not that I was skipping entire days, but the homeroom at the very end of the day, it was a study hall. I wasn't studying for nothing, so I figured, why not? I'm just going to go ahead and boot, because I was working after school, flipping burgers or running whatever I was doing. That caught up with me. 2 weeks before graduation, I get called into the principal's office. Good day. Hey, what's going on? Sit down. Let's have a talk real quick. And I had heard through the grapevine about a couple guys who had done it a bit more than me. They'd just miss out on days and weeks at a time, and they had 75, 100 hours of detention time and blah blah blah. Just hearsay. You never know what you're gonna get with rumors, especially in high school. But vice principal got me in his office, sat down and said, "Mr. Hogue, you have 52 hours of detention time. How do you want to serve it?" So, I'll save the name here. Mr. K, there's 2 weeks left in school, and there's no possible way of me actually serving that many hours in 2 weeks. And I don't think you want to sit around this entire time just watching me sit there. Like, you're right, Mr. Hogue. So how do we want to do this? I said, give me just a second. Sat there and thought for a minute. You're smarter than this. You can figure this out. So I'll tell you what. I will take a 3-day suspension in lieu of the 52 hours of detention time, and we call a spade a spade. Does that sound fair? I reckon we can do that. Like, fantastic. I'll see you next week. Started right then and there. It was a Wednesday, so I just go ahead and counted that day as it, because it was early in the day. It was like first period, so counted that day one, Thursday, Friday. I got a 5-day weekend out of the deal, and I got to walk at graduation. Doesn't have a crazy, roller coaster ride of it, but thinking outside the box sometimes pays off. Granted, do I wish I could go back and actually make good grades and, make something more and go to college and Certainly. Everybody who didn't do that does. But just know that just because everything looks bleak, you don't get to graduate, or you get to graduate, you get your papers, but you don't get to walk at graduation. Not like that I had a big family that was actually coming to, hoot and holler and whatever. But I also wanted to walk at graduation. I didn't want to be that one guy that was the troublemaker to not be able to go walk. Got my cap, got my gown, got my roll of paper that God only knows where it's at anymore. But that's a story about how I almost didn't walk at graduation due to 52 hours of detention time all over freaking skipping homeroom here, there, and everywhere. That's all we got for this story. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll catch you next time.